I think I'm live. Hello, hello, Zen friends. Happy Beltane to you. So happy to have you all here and excited, as always, to see what messages from Spirit come through for us today. So, to get started, we are going to bring in the singing bowl. We'll bring in wonderful, higher vibrational love energy from the higher realms. I'll hit it 3 times, and each time, just imagine this beautiful, eternal, unconditional love expanding from our heart, filling up our lives, and then flowing out to the outside world. And if you'd like, while you were doing that, you can focus on at least one thing that you're grateful for in this moment, and that'll allow us to raise our love vibration, but also puts us in the energy of receiving from spirit, especially around whatever we're grateful for. And then we'll light a little candle. We'll do a little kind of a little ritual just for Beltane, and I'll talk about that here in a sec. But let's start here. So I'm going to start with a big deep breath. Come back to right here, right now. And here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Wow, she is singing and singing. All right, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me and doing that. All right. Well, we do have some amazing energy. Happy May to you too. Beltane is we're halfway between the equinox and the solstice, northern hemisphere, between the spring and summer is what it's mainly celebrated for. But those of you from down under on the other side of the planet too, the southern hemisphere, you can join us and we'll join in yours when you are in the middle between spring and your spring and that. But we're going to have the 3 candles. I'm going to light one at a time and we'll see how long they last. I think these last pretty long, so there might be just one per session this weekend. But we've also got the Lord Ganesha here. Wonderful, wonderful Lord Ganesha, a gift from a friend of mine. And that's the remover of obstacles. And so we will just reach out to Lord Ganesha and just invite them. We invite you, Lord Ganesha, to remove the obstacles between us and our dreams, and us and the love and the life that we are looking for. And we light this candle and to honor and ignite that beautiful energy. Make sure it stays lit there as we begin. Beautiful, beautiful. Wouldn't that be hilarious if they were trick candles? That just came across. Must be spirit. Whose spirit guides are those? That's probably mine. All right. So, welcome everybody. So glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well and had a great week. And so we are back to hear from Spirit. If you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. We got a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor. Two things we can definitely use in this human adventure that we're on, right? So there's always room for more Zen friends. So welcome. Quickly, how the free readings work. We do go down in order, first come, first serve down the chat. There's not a special list or anything. The chat is it. You just put your question out there. If you don't know what you want to ask or you don't want to put your business out there, we get it. You can just ask for a general reading and we'll see what Spirit has to say. For free readings, it's generally 1 to 2 cards for those. But if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. One, I prioritize those. I step out of the free readings. And then also, I dive deeper into those, pulling more cards for those. And then once I'm done, I return back to the main chat. And my YouTube channel members, you'll see their names in green with little badges. Their free readings get second priority because it's part of their membership. And then I move on to the free readings. We have some out here right now. I know we got Midnight Dragonfly. Hello, hello. Good to see you. And I think nope, I think that was it for my YouTube channel members so far. So hello, hello. All right. So you have waited, so you sent an email because you didn't get it. All right. Oh, okay. I get you. Let me take a look here. All right, so I see your question there. No, no, that's quite all right. That could be your free reading. Um, yeah. So you can we can have that be your free reading with the email you sent me. That'll just be like 1 to 2 cards for the answer for that one, and then, of course, if you want a deeper one, then a donation of any kind, you can do that. Or you can wait until our Praying Mantis session this evening too, which we have, after this one is done. So whatever you wanna do, you can do either one, so you can just let me know. Woo-hoo-hoo. Um, so if you are interested in becoming one of my YouTube channel members, I do have 2 levels. I've got Praying Mantis, which is $7.99 a month, Zen Cricket, which is $2.99 a month, and in addition to, um, being prioritized during these sessions, um, also we get together normally on Thursday nights. For the next 2 following weeks, we're meeting on Wednesday nights just because of personal things for my host and her post surgery. And thank you guys for all your prayers for my host. She went into surgery yesterday and she's doing well. She's upstairs, so we're doing good, 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 and she's feeling great. Can't believe it's only been a day, and she's doing really, really well. She's like, I don't under this is great. So I love that. Um, so thank you. But we also get together. So on Thursday nights is where I was headed normally, and it's 2 to 3 hours, sometimes four. We do unlimited tarot readings, we do oracle readings, past life readings, we talk astrology, whatever we want to do. And then my Praying Mantis members, after my Friday and Saturday night sessions and my Sunday session, we also have at least an hour together. Sometimes longer for my Praying Mantis members. So if you're interested, there's a link down in the description box for that. And you can check that out. Also offer personal readings and some other things. That's all linked down in the description box as well. Hey, Deb, good to see you. Hello. You'll be in bed at 10. Oh, that's right. Safe travels to you. We'll send you lots of love for your safe travel. um, so that is how those work. And then my Praying Mantis members, they also get advanced access to all the videos I put out. I have new moon, full moon videos each month, because we have them, one of those a month. We also have when the sun changes signs. We've got the Zen portal, the Zen Gate portals, like 112233. I've got Quest video. It's like a 30-45 minute podcasty type of video, sometimes longer, but that we talk about how to deal with our mental adventures, our emotional adventures, our energetic adventures, our physical adventures, our ethereal quest, so all of those too. Weekly Zen Bytes, we have a lot of free stuff that's available. My Praying Mantis get advanced access because I record them 2, 3, sometimes 4 weeks in advance, so you get advanced access to all of that. So be sure to check out all those playlists are down in the description box too if you want extra messages from spirit, because we do collective readings. I talk about astrology, and then I started also on Sundays. I put out a little social media post that lists all the what the moon is changing and any significant astral changes, and then I have reminders during the week when I post it to give additional information around those, so that we can ride the moon tides instead of being smacked around by them, and we can make the most of the astral energy too. So I know there's a lot of free stuff. I just want to make sure everyone knows all that stuff that I'm putting out there. That's all for free so that you can use that. Because this year they're having me do so much. One, probably to keep me out of trouble. Good luck with that. But also because it's such an important year astrologically, humanity's growth wise, that they had put a bunch of stuff out. Sorry, I had my phone here so that if my host needed anything, it would go off, but I thought I turned off all the sound and vibration and everything. Maybe not. It's a newer phone, so I forgot how to do that. I don't know how to do it yet. Okay, maybe if I just do this, it won't do it. All right. Well, we'll just have to bear with me. I haven't learned how to use my phone. My other one stopped the sound stopped working where I had to F on speaker to talk to people. So I had to get a new phone so I could function. Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. But so we gotta oh yeah, this is a very busy year with a lot of energy. So take advantage as much of that as you guys would like, and it'll make our life easier, an easier journey instead of a harder one this year, right? Okay. So um I think that's everything that I wanted to say. If I remember anything else, I'll bring it up. But let's get started. Let's hear from Spirit. That's why we're here, right? Hey, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to be using these Craft Cards Tarot. It's a standard tarot deck. Has some, I like the coloration's a little different than the standard one, and I like it. So we're going to use that one. And yeah, so we will start. We have some donations. So we will start there. And let's see here. Let me just make sure I got everyone's here. And let me look at this timestamp. So I'm just going to pop some of these down, and then I'll tell you the order that we'll be doing here for the donations. And then we'll go there here. Okay. Sorry, just had one come through. Let me just grab that real quick here, and we will get into it here. All right. Okay. Whoops. It's trying to correct it. Don't correct it. Okay, there you go. All right. So this is going to be the order for donations first. So I've got, let me move it over here where I can see it. We've got Yadi Cologne. Hello, hello. You'll be up first. And then I have two from Maria P via the PayPal. And of course, Yadi user via the Cash App. And then Nova, you have four donations. And I think I was seeing here you have three questions and you're saving one for a little later. So we'll come back to that. And then Sun and Moon, and then Rocky's World. And then via the Cash App, I got the Gemini came in. Hey, the Gemini. Hello, hello. I remember you. Oh, what? Wow. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll look into here this evening and find out what happened. All right. So let us get started there. That's where we'll start here. So up first, we do have Yadi Cologne. You are up. Let's grab that. And put your timestamp down here. We'll keep track of those. So, thank you so much again for your donation. I appreciate that. And then we'll circle back around for your free reading after we're done with everything else. So, I am doing well. I hope you are doing well as well. And you wanted to ask, will you get the job as the director of operations with um, that home health? I probably mispronounced that, so we're not even going to try. Spirit knows, they see it right there. So let's take a look here. Based on current energies, will you be getting? All right. Cards came flying out here. And let's see, they want this one too. All right, let's see what we have here. All right. So these were kind of like this. We're going to leave them like this. The bottom of the deck, you do have the Nine of Pentacles here. The Nine of Pentacles is an abundance card. It's in a way kind of a dream come true energy, but it's also kind of, because it's the number nine, it is a bit of a hermity energy. So let's see what this is here. We'll start with these two. And you got the Ace of Wands and the Strength card. So you got Leo energy and inner Strength card with the Strength card, and the Ace of Wands, which is fiery, fiery energy, a new passion, a new drive. And yeah, when I first got that Nine of Pentacles, it feels like there's something different for you. Let's take a look at these other ones here. Yeah, Knight of Wands. Yeah, it's this fast moving energy. And that's the quest for the Ace of Wands, a quest for a new passion. And here's the dream come true card with the star card, too, leading to okay, the full card. Yeah. So the full card is the first card in the major arcana. Let me just make sure you're not talking down here. Oh, you are in Aries too. So all that fire, fire, fire energy here. But it does here, especially, I mean, all of this just feels like there's something more that is in alignment with like your dream come true. And we're talking about like your soul's dream come true, because our mind can have like this idea of what it thinks we should want and are supposed to want, blah, blah, blah. But we'll know when it's something like when we close our eyes and open our heart and it's something that our heart is wanting to yearn for, right? And it's because it brings us purpose, and other types of jobs and things we get into in careers. After a while, we'll realize it's not bringing us everything we were told it was supposed to, because we can tell it's that type of dream when we're like, when that, then I'll be happy. But when we're living our dream, we're happy in the moment. We don't need to get to somewhere at the end of it to feel complete or to feel like we're alive. When we're living someone else's dream or a dream that was been implanted by our brain through logic and everything else, we get in this little um existing mode where we eventually get bored and we're like, what am I doing? I want to live, kind of thing. And I feel like this is where this is headed here with this, the Ace of Wands with the Strength card is about having the strength to go forward and do what I want to do from my heart and not what my brain and everyone else what I think I'm supposed to do. And this dream come true with that star card, and the full card is like a brand new beginning. It's a world full of possibilities without any restrictions, without any have to, supposed to, shoulds, need tos. That's all the brain stuff here. So I don't feel like this particular job is for you, because I feel like there's something else, this different spark for your life here. Something that where you feel independent and true to yourself with the Nine of Pentacles, and not, you know, um restricted and trapped and dependent on others. So if you have a dream of working for yourself someday, very supported here. Um, and I feel like this is where they're kind of pointing you to with all of that. So Hopefully that makes sense there. But yeah, and even on the bottom of the deck, under the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Pentacles, which is last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. It's a change of direction. Like eventually, if you, let's say you got this job, you'd be like we were talking about, eh, why did I want this again? I want to live, not we end up feeling like we're existing there. And even under that, you have the Queen of Cups, which Queen of Cups is she's double portion emotion. She's the master of emotion, master of the heart. And so there's that energy of where does your heart want to lead you? You know, what are we waiting for to live our true dream? Waiting for something for the future because there's always something that keeps us right. But let's take a look here. I feel like we're going to go over here since we're talking about dreams. Dreams, we've got these sweet dreams. So let's see what we have here for your fortune cookie. Here we go. So you got support. It says, I surround myself with those who support my vision and share my values. So definitely this is about surrounding yourself with the type of place, the type of individuals, the type of energies that support your true dream. And I like that for you. But this particular one doesn't feel like this matches where your heart wants to your heart wants to go. So not this one. And then I know your free. I think I saw your free question also has to do with a different place. So we'll find out if that's more in alignment when we get to that one. So yeah, you're trying to land an incredible job. Yeah, and it'll be incredible when it matches your heart, right? Otherwise, it'll feel like a prison. All right. So that is number one for you there. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. Right. And then Maria P, you have two. So let me just bring those up here. Thank you for your dual donations via Z PayPal. And then I do see your other general free reading. We'll get eventually get to that one. So let's start with number one donation. And let's see what we have here. So, what are Wally's thoughts and feelings towards you now? Whoa, okay, right now. Let's take a look here. So, thoughts and feelings, right? Boom, 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 boom. And then during your visit, during your break at work, what were his thoughts? Okay. Okay. Anything else? Okay, I do want these two down here. And you talked about a new job posting ability, and you said he should apply. Well, aren't you just controlling, right? Telling him what to do. So bossy. Why are you so bossy? Oh, because you're a Leo, right? No offense to Leos. It's his name's Walter, but we call him Wally. I'm doing good. How are you? So so his thoughts on how you think he's great for it. Okay, let's take a look here. No, none of those. Okay. Yeah, we want that one and then this one underneath the surface. Okay, we'll see what we have going on here. So, thoughts and feelings he has for you. All right. Hangman upside down threw me off. So, you got two major arcana first coming up here. So, we've got the Hanged Man and we have the Wheel of Fortune. And this is about seeing things from a different perspective, a higher perspective, and the Wheel of Fortune. So, I mean, both of those cards coming out are great. You know, there is this transformative is a good word to say it. Energy with the Hanged Man, but it's with the Wheel of Fortune. This combination, it's like things are transforming into something. This is their opinion, right? This is how they're feeling it, right? So we've got this energy and we've got that kind of approach here of like when a caterpillar goes to a butterfly, it's something much more beautiful, right? It's like wow, and so I feel like that is their perspective, is really they're seeing things transforming, and they're very happy about that, right? Yeah. And we do have the 8 of Cups and the Tower card here. And these fears that are below the surface here. 8 of Cups, of course, would be walking away from emotions that don't serve anymore and relationships, and the Tower is sudden here. This is not their thoughts of what they are going to do to you. These are their thoughts. These are these fearful thoughts that I have coming up that they're like hesitant into really allowing those feelings to come in, right? Yeah. Where it's like it's the way that spirit is bringing it to me. It's like you don't want to get excited about Disneyland until you're through the gates in Disneyland or Disney World or wherever. From what is it, Family Vacation when they went to Wally World. That was funny. But, so it's like when in the movie, spoiler alert, they get there after going through all this stuff to get there and it's closed. And they're like, "Oh," and that's that whole thing is they don't want to, have this fear of when you, um, really appreciate something and get into something that it's removed out of your life, right? That's that this waiting for the other foot to fall, and it goes back to childhood and other things in their life when they would look back um, and they had when they got excited about things and that either like a best friend moved away or their favorite grandparent passed away. It's like when they had something really amazing, it got taken away, right? Yeah, yeah. So that's the kind of energy that's there, but I feel like that's in more in their thoughts. The first two felt like their feelings, like wow, their heart feels this way, and their mind is like, oh, when you get something that you really really like in the past, it gets taken away from you, and so there's their mind going, but their heart is like, no, 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 and so there's that little struggle that's there, which is, it's a good thing to be aware of because on one, they wouldn't feel that way if they didn't care about us, right? If they didn't think we were something um, amazing that they would hate losing, then they wouldn't think that way, right? So it's good. In a way, it's a compliment, right? So anyway, so that's what they have there for you for that first part. And then what were his thoughts during break? Yep, Four of Cups, which is like this beautiful emotional stability, feel very restful kind of energy. Yeah, they like this full card here and the judgment card too. So the judgment card is about seeing things from a different perspective and new beginnings and new starts and um the calling here. This makes sense if if you talked about that job. That I feel like that kind of in the beginning is the Four of Cups where it was, like, nice hanging out with you. It kinda just brought him to that calm place like it does, and then you guys started talking about this other thing, which is about new beginnings and a new start and a higher calling and seeing things differently and going, "Oh, wow," "Let's see how what he thought about why you thought he when you thought he was great for the job here." Yeah, got the Six of Cups. There's this connection here. Let's see what this other card is here too. Yeah, these sixes. You got the Six of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. I don't know why he thought of children with the with thinking that he's good for it here. But it does feel like a child getting a reward, like I like this little it was very playful almost, but the Six of Pentacles is both of the 2 sixes very much about balance and rewarding and it's like, I don't know, okay. I was like, "What is this Jonah thing about him?" They're like, when your mom tells you they're proud of you?" Oh, okay. So that's where the kids come in. I really feel like they were like, "Oh, you're supposed to say that." Yeah, there was also that, added in there, but that makes sense about the children come in, uh, there as well. So I love that. And the equal giving and receiving with the 6 of Pentacles. They just feel like it's very, they wanna help you and they wanna be there for you and it doesn't feel one-sided like other places in their life, right? But I like that. It felt very good and he felt like, "Well, you're supposed to tell me that, that I'm perfect for it and I'd be great for it." So there's a little bit of it's like when your mom tells you, "You did a good job." Well, you're supposed to tell me that. So I love that. Let's see what, your fortune cookie is here. Okay. So we got to the chakra love deck. You've got out of chaos comes creation. I love that. So you got the chakra balancing card, which is all the chakras that's here. So you definitely need to balance yourself. You're a hot mess in love. Yeah. So Amazonite, carnelian, peach moonstone, or red jasper are good stones that could help you balance yourself. But I like that. So it's important. And all that balancing with the scales and stuff too. It's important to stay balanced, come back into the moment, enjoy what you do have, come out of the future, come back to the now, right? What would a reading be without them telling you that, right? Right, so that was your first one, and then thank you for your additional donation. Let's see what else is coming in here. So, what's coming for you and Wally's relationship? So, based on current energies, what do they want you to know here? So, do you want this one, that one underneath? And then what's happening at the dark side today and during the weekend? Okay, and weekend, just this one. And then he seems so stressed out the whole week. Yeah, and he said overwhelmed with work and other things. Yeah, the normal, right? But sweet, loving. Okay, yeah. So we'll find out what's going on over there. And he's always. It just seems like that is his norm, right? But let's take a look here. So what's coming for you in Wally's relationship here? Oh, I like it. So I like this. Sometimes I talk about like the Queen of Cups is very intuitive, very emotional, right? But the Knight of Cups, the knights serve the queens. You got the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So emotionally, there is this emotional movement, and I love this that they do have that emotion of like wanting to serve. Oh yeah, I had to go to gathering. Yep. All that obligation stuff, right? But I like the Knight of Cups serving the Queen of Cups, and then also the Four of Swords on the bottom, which is that mental stability, the rest, putting the expectations away, and I like this. So it's important, you know, for the queen to admonish and have gratitude for the knight, right? Because knights remain loyal when the royalty treats them well, right? And rewards them and so I like that there's this, you know, not a whole bunch of the four of swords is like not all these expectations pointing out what they're doing wrong, what they're doing wrong, what they aren't doing, what you would like them to do that they're not doing now, but when we're rewarding them for all the wonderful things they do, then they do even better and even better and even better. And so this is a good reminder of that. But I like that devotion of the heart of the knight to the queen there. And then the temperance, yeah, patience and the balancing out. So I like that they're coming in here reminding with this great reminder of um, where it goes depends on what you do now, right? Because if I focus in on expectations, that sucks the life out of relationship. It will downward spiral. When I'm focusing on gratitude for what I do have with them, what I have had, and all the things they have done, I get more of that coming in. But as soon as I take my eyes off the gratitude and start putting it into expectations, I start pushing them away from me instead of drawing them closer to me. So it's a good reminder here, for that for the future, because it's like, what's coming? Well, whatever you focus on more is what you draw to you, and that's where it will go. I don't feel like there's a faded energy with this lifetime, where it's like, oh, it's going to end in marriage, or you guys are going to end up together. I don't feel like this lifetime has a faded outcome. There's a, where are you going to lead it? What are you going to do with it all, right? And but it's the temperance is alchemy. It's whatever, you start with a base metal, and what magic you add to it is what it creates. And so if we, for everyone, when we focus on expectations and our fears and the supposed to's and the wants and the needs, we end up pushing it away instead of focusing on gratitude and growing it, right? So let's see what's going on the dark side today over there. Yeah, we got the lovers card coming in here. So this is important relationship energy that's going on right now. This isn't this is uh emotional choice energy. So there's a lot of for him especially a lot of growth on emotional choices, right? And what I mean by that is, when things happen in the outside world, so all that wonderful, stressful stuff in the outside world, he's learning that when he focuses again on what he hates, like he said, I don't want to go to this thing. Blah," it just becomes a worse situation. Instead of going, I'm going to make the best of it. I'm going to choose happy and joy. I'm going because I want to make my family happy, and I'm going to have a good time, So I feel like he's really learning today. Whatever you choose emotionally is what you get more of, right? Again, if I focus on lower vibrational emotions, hate and and I'm stressed, I'm tired, you get more of all that instead of focusing on what they're grateful for. So I feel like they're really learning this here, that whatever they're focusing on is expanding and growing big. This is specifically emotionally. Let's see what goes on this weekend. Yeah, so they have the world card. So there is this victory, but there's this feeling of an ending of an old cycle, beginning of a new adventure. So there's a completion of something this weekend where they kind of feel like some weight is lifted off their shoulders, with some stuff here. Let's see what's this other card here. Yeah, and balance. So I feel like this really helps here. These twos with the lovers card too is like they're learning a good hard lesson this weekend on whatever I focus on, I get more of. And if you wanna help them with any of that realization, going, something that I try whenever I'm facing difficult things is I try to find what I wanna grow, because whatever we put our energy towards is what grows. So if I focus on something I'm grateful for in a situation or whatever, and then I find I have more things to be grateful for. So you have a great, you know, um you've been learning so much about this for several months, right? They keep bringing it up to you. So you can actually share some with them too, and you can't change them, you can't force them, but you can offer, some of those things. Yeah, nothing you need to worry about. There's this good, you know, when that's what happens when you stick your nose over where it doesn't belong, right? Um, we start getting fearful because that's what's happening over on the dark side. We wanna know because we're what's going on with them? What decisions are they having to make? How does this influence me? But you can't control any of that. You can't make him think any certain way, but you can offer wisdom and just see what he does with it. But, all you can control is your own thoughts, your own emotions, your own energy, your own physical choices, and whatever happens outside of you, none of your business, right? Really, is when it comes down to. Because it's like, yeah, I can't control any of that. I can only control what's going on in here, right? Yeah, and I like this. You got amazement. You have worked hard to get everything just the way it is right now. Trust and enjoy this moment. Everything is as it should be. Amazement. So I love it. How perfect. All right. So that's what they have for that one, Maria. So many blessings to you. All right. Let me get my little list back up here. See where I'm at. All right. So Supernova, you are up next. Put your little timestamp out. Oh, Maria, I don't think I put your timestamp out here. Fail, fail. Just for future reference, we'll put it out there. All right. And then Nova, here we go. And this one's going to be for the 3. And you said you'd save number 4 for later. So I made a notation. I owe you one for number 4 if you ask it later. So, Nova, thank you so much for your multiple donations. So, number 1, oh, and they're all on set. All right. So, number 1, let's scroll down here. There it is. So, what do the nicest, most awesomeness, kindest spirit guides want you to hear and know? All right, let's take a look here. So, you want to know what my spirit guides are telling you? I'm just kidding. That's just a little compliment for my spirit guides, gotta schmooze them every once in a while. All right, let's see what they have here. All right, so you got 2, 2, and 1. Oh, 2, 2, 2. 2 by 2. Let's see, can you see these? Oh yeah, you can see them really good down here. All right. So at the bottom of the deck, you do have the 9 of Cups, and the 9 of Cups is a dream come true energy. And the 9 of Cups is an important card in that it does tell us, in addition to like a dream come true kind of energy, that for our dreams to come true, it all starts in here. The number 9, the hermit's journey, the emotional inner journey. We can have all this stuff in the outside world, but if we're not happy in here, nothing in the outside world is going to make me happy. And so it's a good reminder for all of us when we're looking at dreams that it starts with the Ace of Cups, which is our chalice, the Holy Grail, our heart desiring to connect with the higher realms, to that eternal unconditional love energy that fills up our heart. Otherwise, all the stuff from the outside world feels empty. Um, and that's like, you can look at all these cups on the back, except for one, um, is the outside world emotions. And there's only one cup that fills it all up. One of my favorite decks shows like, I think it's the 10 of cups, because it has the Ace of Cups up top, and then it has 2 cups, 3 cups, and then 4 cups over 7, 9. Yes, that'd be 10, right? And it shows the Ace of Cups, which is the chalice. That's what fills up, and then it was overflowing, filling up all the other cups. And so there is this underlying energy, just to be aware that, our dreams come true start in our heart, right? So I feel like that's important. We have the 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands is this energy about being true to yourself, not dimming your light for anyone, not asking permission to shine, not feeling like you have to defend yourself. But it's also an energy of standing up on a hill and shining bright and being a light for other people and getting on top, getting to the top of the hill for yourself and then helping other people get to the top of the hill too, which is kind of like one of your dreams is to help people um, step up from where they're at into a higher place, right? Well, it's you getting to the top of the hill first and then shining bright, and then you help other people. One, by shining bright so that they could see where the light is and that they could also head up the hill, but then you also help them, um, give them a hand up, right? So, what else we have here? Yep, here you are with your Leo strength here, the Leo energy with the strength card, and our human and our higher self. And this is a really cool, energy to come out with all this, because again, Leo energy are natural leaders when they're in their higher expression, their higher vibration, and they're able to lead people through that fieriness, and they have a natural energy to draw people. And so it's like they're saying here, your dream is designed and your dream is achievable. But that seven of wands is that you have to take the step of stepping up first, and then you're able to help other people. And you have the strength with the strength card to do it. And so I feel like they're saying, that you have the abilities to do it. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah. And so you have the nine of pentacles, another nine coming in here. The hermit journey continues, and you have the seven of cups, which is all these emotions. And I feel like this is the big thing is, the nine of pentacles is stepping away, understanding the emotions. Seven of cups can be emotional confusion, and it's understanding and getting clarity. And so the nine of pentacles is like a time away to do that and to achieve that. But there's also with the nine of pentacles, there's spirit there. There's You're not alone in the garden. So this is about like helping transform emotional energy, but it's being pocketed away, but you still have help that's there. Um, and you're not alone in it, but it's definitely this is an important piece with the seven of cups because you've got two sevens and two nines with the eight in the middle right now. You have the seven of wands that started off there. Um, so I like that. You have both of these sevens. Part of this shining bright is, you know, being able to transform your emotions first, then you're able to help other people, right? And then what else do we have here? Yeah, you got the power of choice and the 10 of pentacles. Yeah, oh my gosh. So you got all this victory and this movement, power of choice with the chariot card, and the 10 of pentacles. So there is this, again, the master number seven. So you've got three sevens here and the major arcana number seven, which is all about, you have the choices that you can make. And there's this victory that it can lead to, the fullness of life. And it's like you have a choice, right? And we've talked about these before and others, but I feel like this is what they're wanting to bring up is like there's such an opportunity for you to step forward into your dream, but it takes you making the choice to stand up and help yourself first. And it's beautiful. The 10 of Pentacles, the Chariot card is a victory card, a movement forward card. And 10 of Pentacles is abundance of the fullness of life in the outside world. You got sevens and eights and nines and 10. It's like progression, but they're kind of, um, well, no, there was a 7, an 8, a 9, and then a 10. So there is progression through all of these the way that it came out, because you can see here you had 7, 8, and then you have the 9 here, then you have the 10 here. So there is this progression step by step forward. And if you take it step by step forward, then you can move towards the dream. Um, but it takes you stepping up. So that's an important message for them, and I feel like they're just saying you have all the power to do it, and I like that. Let's see what they have here for your fortune cookie, the Aboriginal in here. So let's do this one. You've got breathe. Take a few deep breaths and accept that sometimes things just don't make much sense. Soon enough, everyone will come to their senses to see the situation for what it is. So you got the breathe. So take some deep breaths. And it does feel like, and that includes you too, that you will also come to see things as they are and the steps that you need to take as well. So I like that. Oh, hey. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Oh, yeah. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, Tolle. I love that. Stepping up and stepping into the now, right? Coming back to the moment. It's a beautiful, powerful book. So I'm very good. I love that for you. All right. And then number two for you here. Thank you for your additional donation. You want to know, what does Kurt, your guide, want you to hear? So you've asked him about advice, but maybe you can't hear it or it was never said at all. Like, you didn't ask him? Or because if you ask him, he definitely talks back to you. But if it's too noisy, of course, we're the ones that can't hear them over the noise. They could always hear us, but, we have trouble hearing them, right? Oh, yeah, very good. Yes, right? Definitely. So, let's take a look here, and let's see what we have here. So, what does Kurt want you to know here? What about these questions you've been asking? Okay, those alright. Alright, so we got a little progression going here too. 1, 2, 3. You had 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you've got 1 card, 2 card, 3 cards. Bottom of the deck, you do have the 2 of cups, and I like this here, this is like, relationships, partnerships, and the 2 of cups, I like it, especially with this situation, is like, yeah, we're buddies, you and I, you know, Kurt and you have these. You're my buddy too, but he's specifically saying you and he are buddies, and so you guys have this relationship, and so you say hi to him, and he's there, right? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they love to help us, and they can super multitask, so they're always looking for more things to experience and do, so he's wanting to say, "Yeah, I'm there. We have this bond that goes many lifetimes, and they are committed to be your spirit guide your entire lifetime, and they are guiding you and showing you things and always giving you signs and synchronicities and answers. So let's find out here if they'll answer you what your questions to them were, or how he had told you the answers. So yeah, you have the Ace of Swords, which is the higher communication. So this does tell me, because the Ace of Swords is about seeing things from a higher perspective. Communication, Swords is both knowledge and communication from higher sources. And so that's them saying, yeah, I did answer. Um, but it's difficult to hear them because they speak at a frequency that is of unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and gratitude, if I didn't say that already. But it's a higher frequency. And when we're in our lower vibration of any fears and wants and needs, and the human vibration, it's a loud vibration. When we take time and breathe, like you had your breath card, it's like when we take time and we step away and breathe, and we connect and we get into that higher vibration of gratitude, and that then we can hear from them clearly, or more clearly anyway, than being in like the loudness of things. And so when we get into their frequency, we can hear things clearly. And they try to bring things through in the physical world, songs and license plates and bumper stickers, overhearing other people's conversations. They'll drop thoughts into our head, emotions through our heart, have energy flow, and that type of thing too. So, they definitely, um, you know, bring those messages all over the place, but it's if we don't take the time to be still, which, like, reading The Power of Now is great, because that teaches you to be able to come back to this moment. And in this moment, we can raise our vibration with gratitude and love and joy and laughter. And then we can hear spirit so clearly. But when we're involved in our fears and the outside world and all that blah, 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 then it's so noisy, we're distracted and we can't hear. So the Ace of Swords is all that. And let's see the number 2 here. Yeah. So you do have the Eight of Pentacles, which is about putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears. And the Three of Wands is about a change of direction. And I feel like they're saying here, that, you're putting a lot of work and a lot of effort into things. And the Three of Wands, like the answer to the question, whatever you were asking is like they were glad you were asking them because they were like, yeah, rather than heading this way, if you go this way, just nudge a little bit, well, this will be the better choice for you. It would be the more abundant choice, the one that'll bring you more fruit for your labor than this. And I feel like they're giving you some of that, right? You don't see them. You're funny. The void. You there, the void. Um, so I feel like this is what they're saying here is that, you know, you've done a lot and you're getting to this point. And the Eight of Pentacles is like a card of moving from a caterpillar to a butterfly. And so you've been evolving, and it's like when you reach a certain point, it's like they're saying here, if the butterfly didn't listen to spirit going, you can fly now. You don't have to walk. Butterflies would be so limited, they continue to walk as a caterpillar. But I feel like they've been telling you there's a different way to fly now. Oh, that's interesting. A different way to fly, uh, an emotional, spiritual high, flying, not a physical high flying. But there is this different path that they can guide you on. And of course, butterflies don't walk anymore, they flutter, and they can go on migrations for like 1,000 miles, and a caterpillar would be like, oh my god, I can't imagine going 100 feet, you know. So it is a lot there, right? You're like a Pokemon. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense if you were asking about that, because they're like, this is a different, going a different route to for the transformation than you had in mind. But let's see what these three cards are here. So you got the King of Wands. Yeah, you have the power in your hands. There's no have to, supposed to be, need to be, but that you get to choose which direction you go. They don't. They have no judgment, but they, when you ask them for guidance, they definitely give it. And that's the whole thing is, if you ask them for advice and they're like, let's say in this case, they're like, go to rehab, this will help. This will help streamline and get you into a place. And you're like, man, I don't want to do that. They're not going to be like, well, fine, we're not going to speak to you anymore. They're like, all right, your choice. We'll just work with whatever you decide you want to do. But you asked. It's like someone asking you, like, "What restaurant do you wanna go eat at?" And you're like, "Oh, I'd like to go over here since you're asking." And you're like, "Well, I don't want that. Let's go over here instead." You're like, "Oh, okay." You just go along for it, right? So, I like that. Yeah, I can understand that for sure. Yeah, addictions, the devil card, the addiction card. Strictly as you're saying that, I'm tired of being addicted. So that's good. When we're tired is when we make change. When someone else is tired of what we're doing, it's very difficult for us to make change, right? When people are telling you, you need to do this, we're like, all that does is make me want to do whatever you're telling me not to do anymore. But when I am tired of something, then I take action and want to change it for me, not because someone else wanted me to. So that you're tired of it is a good sign, right? So I like that, for you. Yeah, the Four of Wands. Joy, celebration, um, and a gathering place here too. Yeah, yeah, they're totally okay with us. In fact, they love us talking to them about things and sharing our life and asking them their advice, and um just chatting with them. We don't even have to be asking them for anything or whatever, but just talking because they love the connection we have with us. So so I like that for you. Let's see here. We're also gonna grab another fortune cookie here. Let's I really like these. Oh, the Aboriginal. Well, that makes sense. Being in the down under. Yeah, they're unconditionally loving, powerful beings. They're limitless, so no sweat off their back. Yeah. Oh, you got creativity. I love it. So, of course, from Kurt, there are ways of dealing with this situation without giving away your power. Think of creative methods in which you can be heard and maintain your dignity. So, whatever way you're wanting to do this, is up to you, but it's about you choosing what you want to do, not because of what everyone else wants you to do. But, like if you're truly tired of something, then you can definitely make the changes. So I feel like you're supported and all that, but I like that they're saying, um when we go, well, what should I do, they're going to go, what do you want to do? They're but we can ask them, what's the fastest way that I can get away from these addictions and get on to living my dream. They're going to be like, well, rehab, because that's going to take you away from everything. They're going to give you tools, blah 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 blah. And you're like, well, what's the second most, quickest way? Then they'll be like, well, you can do this and this and this and this, but they don't judge at all, which is, I love that, is that there are confidants. They know every thought we think, every emotion we have. We don't have to keep secrets from them because there are no secrets. And they don't judge us though, too. That's why we would want to, why we would want to keep secrets from people, because we think they would judge us, or we're afraid what they would think. And they're like, trust me, they've had multiple, like Kurt has had multiple lifetimes as a human and other things too. It's like, well, we don't look at things as good and bad. We look at things as different choices, different experiences. And so yeah, I love it too. And they love you. All right. So that was a number two. And don't forget, you have a number four if you want to ask it here too. But number three, let's scroll up here. Hey, Twin V. Hello, hello. Number three, any advice from Kurt about the dreams? Starting somewhere with something, with whatever is what. So, any advice for just in? So you're starting somewhere with something, with whatever is. Okay. He's been a dolphin. Yes. I think we all have chosen to be dolphins. I love that here. All right. And you're talking about dreams, um not like sleepy dreams, but like life dreams. Let's see here. He knows what you're talking about, even if I don't, which is great, because if it was left up for all readings that this human would have to understand things, we'd all be in trouble. Yeah, musical dreams. I gotcha. Okay. Like I said, I'm not the smartest one in my relationship with spirit, which is good, because that would be even more dangerous if spirit wasn't as smart as I was. All right. So bottom of the deck, you do have the Page of Wands, which is about heightened energy. Oh my gosh! And look, you know how we talk about the Five of Cups being your dream card. Five of Cups. Here it is, moving from sorrow to joy and helping people do that. And even below that, you have the Magician, which is about putting all that into action. See, in between the Page of Wands, which holds the wand, and the Magician, which holds the wand, this is about helping bring this, you know, love energy within us from the heavens down through us into the world. Like you're a conduit. We're channeling the love out into the world, and music is one of the most amazing ways. I mean, that's why artists can be known worldwide, um, because music speaks to the heart, and sometimes you don't even have to understand a language, um, and you can just listen to the music, and you're just like moved because of the emotion that flows through the songs and all of that as well, right? The Beatles, especially. So I really like that. Let's see what else they have here about your dreams. Yeah, Queen of Swords. So again, balance between the head and the heart is important. Um, Heading towards your dreams. just from his experience, especially, he knows when his mind went into a different direction. His heart was for music, but his mind went into fears and other things that it distracted him and it took him off his path. So his mind is what killed him. Um, um, so the balance of heart and mind is so important for your dream and your adventure. He goes from experience. Yeah, the King of Swords especially here is the king. You have the king and the queen of swords here, which is the divine counterparts, with them, but the King of Swords rules over the sword suit, with the queen, but he gets a second portion of swords, which makes him the master of the mind, and it's so important to master your mindsets, and balance the emotions, um and the mind, but the mind is very done here, right? Yeah, he says his mind was his worst enemy because that's where the lower vibrational beliefs were of not being good enough, not being worthy, um, all how our negative self-talk and the talk about judgy stuff about us and ourselves and what do people think of me and the pressure. The fears are here. Fear is the mind killer, right? And our fear is what takes us out of our um, our intelligent, compassionate, loving side and makes us like act like a 2-year old out of fear. And it was him acting like a 2-year old out of fear that caused all of the problems. So he says. Let's see what else we have here. Yep, the Two of Wands. So the power of energetic choice and the Four of Pentacles, which is the feeling of solidness here. And so they're basically, talking about whatever you focus on grows the most and it manifests in the outside world. And so, you know, realizing that we're drawing to us whatever we're focusing on, that our life isn't like I love the example they give that we're not a baby in a baby seat in the back seat and someone else is driving the car. I've been driving the car the whole time. I've been drawing everything into my life by my energetic choices. And a lot of our life earlier, when we don't understand everything, we're just taking what everyone's giving us and going, okay, that sounds good, until we reach a point where we're waking up going, no, no, wait. I get to decide what I want. And I feel like this is that energy. You get to decide what it is you want to draw to your life and how stable you want it to be, with the four being the number of stability, right? Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's a especially with what you're wanting to achieve, and again, you guys have been spirit guides for one another and been together. So in a way, he's like, I see how I'm on a pedestal because I was so well known, but he was like, he still felt alone, even though he was so well known, and that's again with pain and other things. What was in here, because he wasn't happy in here, so he couldn't be happy on the outside. And so, we mentioned that kind of already. Let's see what else we have here. So you got the Hermit card, the number 9 coming in next to the Knight of Swords. Yeah. So what's the third card? All these and the Devil. Here's again all these mind and he's kind of bringing back up this other like your other reading that had the nines in there, their first reading. You have the Hermit card now. You have the Knight of Swords, which is a movement of thought and belief. And the Capricorn Devil card energy is the addiction card, but it also is challenging our long held thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. Capricorn really, even though they're an earth sign, they get very much in their head about thinking about things and doing the work to get the reward, that comes from it. What's underneath all of this here, too? And you have the Seven of Swords, which is overcoming the thoughts and the beliefs and mindsets that steal from us and steal opportunities, our mindsets that deceive us, with all this. And again, the Nine of Pentacles is, I mean, the Hermit card is like that Nine of Pentacles in the beginning. Again, it's like the stepping away, and going, away from things. Um, you're not trying to think as much, right? you know eh, what was written about him is people's perceptions, right? um but everyone has a different perception, and it's according to, you know you can have 100 eyewitness accounts and all of them are different slightly because everyone experienced it differently. So what's written about people, you know always take it with a grain of salt. Even like religious texts and spiritual texts and everything else, it's all perception. And it's like, is that really what happened? Who knows? Unless you were there. But even if we were there, we wouldn't have seen it, clearly either. All right, let's see what else they have here. Since talk about dreams, you got your sweet dreams here. So let's see what we got here. You have lessons. I look for opportunities in life's challenges via my dreams, and I learn the lesson. So, what lessons have you learned? And it's like realizing, it's like Kurt was like, I learned my lesson, and you have to learn your lesson. And I like that, like you're saying, I'm tired of being addicted to stuff. I'm ready to change, and I'm tired of feeling this way, because that's the only time when our fears or other things outweigh this ugly feeling of not being true to ourselves, we don't act. But when the ugly feeling of not being true to who we are, when they outweigh our fears, that's when we take action. And it sounds like that's where you're at. So I like that for you. Hell yeah, lessons. All right. So that's what they have for that one. And then don't forget, you have a fourth one. If you want to put it down there, we'll answer that one, as well. All right. So for now, since I don't have another question, we will jump forward ahead. But if you put it down, I will, since you had already made the donation, I'll prioritize that. All righty. So thank you again for your multiple donations, Supernova. All right. So Sun and Moon, you are up next. Let's put your timestamp here. There we are. So thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like there. Nice to see you as well. So your question below, will BD meet for lunch next week? And the outcome, also reading with BD and I for May and June. All right, let's take a look here. All right, so will they meet next week for lunch? We'll just look at that first. All right, and that's the outcome. Well, I feel like there'll be more. We'll take a look here. Also, the reading for May and June. So let's take a look here. So May and June. It's like it just progresses. They want that one, not the one, but this one. Okay. All righty. So let's take a look here. Sun and Moon. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Not yet. So before I jump in, that's good. Rocky's World. So Rocky's World, you'll be up next. I'm on Sun and Moon. Then I'll go to Rocky's World, and then to the Gemini, and then let me see here, just real quick. Then I have Brenda Tejada, Brenda, and then Valerie Calver, sorry, and then Content. Let me make sure here. Yeah, and then I've got Michelle Smith via the CashApp. So we've got a couple for you there. So we will. That's where we're at right now. Right. So thanks for asking. It's a good I haven't updated. I'm getting all into the readings. I forget to update you guys on where we're at. All right. So, um, will they meet next week for lunch? Well, looks like something sudden has come up here. Or if they say they will, there'll be like something that'll be like, oh, so sorry, I have to cancel. There's something urgent, sudden that takes them where they can't. Let's see, since that's a no. Page of Wands, but I feel like they will reschedule with the Page of Wands because that's another opportunity or another action that comes in. So it does feel like, something has happened. Zap, zap, zap. But they'll reschedule. Let's see what else it comes in here for May and June. I didn't show you the underlying card. Sorry, which is the Three of Pentacles, which is this energy about being true to one's authentic self. It's the creation energy, creativity. So this energy just feels like um, it's kind of like outside the reading in a way because they're saying you know, live your passions, go out and do the things you love to do, the creative things that you love to do. Get out into doing those things. Um, it'll keep you busy. That's funny. It'll keep you busy. It'll allow you to enjoy life. That's funny. All right, let's look at here at May. So you do have the Eight of Cups, which is walking away from emotions that no longer serve. It feels like did we talk about something? I'm getting this like echo of a past reading where it's like May they might be ending the relationship that they're in. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, Page of Cups. This is a higher love, heightened love, and the Four of Cups. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the boredom with the energy they're in. So, we've got this energy here with for me here, it does feel like they're just not feeling fulfilled with this Four of Cups. They are wanting a higher love, and their Eight of Cups is walking away from the relationship that they're in. So even though we asked about between you and them, I feel like they're really um in this emotional upheaval in their life. And so I don't feel like there's a lot that happens between the two of you in May because there's so much about endings and walking away and this, stuff that's going on. So they don't have anything to give to anyone else because of this that's going on here. But that Eight of Cups, I just really feel like May is a huge month where they're walking away from a relationship that doesn't serve them anymore, but that's not you that they're walking away from. I think they're in a relationship right now, one that's downward spiraling, it seems here. Um, so let's see here for June. What comes in here? Okay, so June looks a lot brighter for you guys. So I see that. That's good. Yeah. The suns and the stars. So two major arcana, much more hope and balance and brightness, kind of energy. And we have the devil card too, which is putting in the work. I got three major arcana in June, but the devil card is about letting go of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve, releasing expectations, releasing the cage, and just allowing things to be is important with the devil card here. But I definitely like this brightness that comes in here. Um, and the hope card of the star, which is like a dreams come true card, but I just feel like it's going to the balanced and the hope kind of energy that comes in with that. So it looks like June is going to be more of the brightness, the light, because the sun shines during the day, the star helps guide at night. And then the double card is the release of the chains, the release of things, especially the mental things. What is it that happens? Let's see if they'll tell us here just real quick. We'll do one clarifier here for the tower. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. 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 What's the reason behind the tower, that thing there? And we got both the emperor and the king of wands. That's why I was laughing, because both of these are the same type of energy, one being major arcana, the other, but this is about them needing to there's some fiery situation that comes in. We even got the justice card with them too, the need for balance. And it feels like it feels more work related than like relationship related. It's not like someone got upset or blah blah blah. It feels like, I don't know if they're a manager, because all three of these cards coming together are people that are in like management positions. And um you know, so this is that energy of like something has taken their attention, and they're like, oh my god, emergency, big blow up. I can't afford not to be here. I have to you know, I have to reschedule, kind of energy. Big, a lot of hoopla stuff with all of this that comes in here. Um, the lunch seems to be rescheduled until June. I feel like May is not gonna, with whatever this change of energy that's coming in here. It feels like May is going to um, be so full with what's happening, work related, but then also personal related. It just feels like their life is like they're having to put a lot of extra hours at work, and then also there's a lot of drama happening in the personal. And um, so they're like, Jane would be better for me. Things will have calmed down by then too. No, and with what I just said, no, I don't. I don't feel like anything with all of that. But June is why I feel like, with the sun card and all that, that's the brightness and those things. I feel like will be coming in June. Yeah. Which it's going to happen in the perfect timing, right? It's the towers when things are remove it out of our life for however long, we know that it's happening for us. Because you don't want to have discussions with them with in that mind, that frame of mind of things blowing up. And like when someone's world is on fire, we don't want to have a serious talk about anything, right? Whoops. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because things spill all over the place. All these numbers spill all over the place. Pretty. It's all pretty over here. You guys can't see this. All right, let's pull your card here. You're welcome. Have all these number charms in this little cup, and they all spilled out. Not all, most of them. The numbers, the numbers. Let's see what your fortune cookie says. Ask for help. I like it. It says, I am willing to receive help from the universe whenever and however it happens. So I like that. Whenever and however it happens. It's like, all right, universe, I'm asking you to help. But I like that, whenever and however it happens. So I like it. All right. So that is what they have for you, Sun and Moon. You're very welcome. So fun. At least it gives you, as fast as these months are flying, though, it'll be here before you know it. All right. All right. And then Supernova, thank you for your number 4 question. So we'll jump to that one. So thank you for posting that. Let me just post your 2 timestamps. So this will be number 4. Oh, I'm going to change that to times 4 for the note. All right, there we go. So, number 4. So, what does Kurt want you to know about the epic battle with addiction? I know, right? You feel that you're less addicted than you ever have been, and I could easily go back if I wanted to, right? Yeah, you still go through those pesty withdrawals, get cravings and aches, runny nose. Doesn't feel as bad, but it doesn't feel good either way, right? I get you. So, this year has been the most horrible withdrawals and went cold turkey. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. You went through hell. Yeah. I definitely understand that. Let's take a look here. Let's see what he has to tell you. Don't think he wants any. Well, maybe he does want an oracle. What is this? Why is he drawing me here? Oh, the Healing Spirits Oracle. Wow. That. So let's see what he has to say here. I wasn't even thinking about oracle. Then he's like, pew. All right. Let's see what he has here for you. Yeah. I just feel like he agrees it is hell, because that's why he wasn't able to overdo it. But you're stronger than he is. Oh, I like that. Wow, and it's card 15, which is the devil card, which is the addiction card. And then he has ask your spirit guide. You're like, I am asking my spirit guide. But that's the name of it. Ask your spirit guide. All right, let's see what he has to say here. Well, these are short and sweet. It says, when your head, wow. And we were talking about that before, right? It says, when your head becomes too full of information and no answers come to mind, it's time to be still and tune into your guide. Find a moment when you can relax your body and quieten your mind. Then you will hear answers from your spirit guide. Even when your head is over full with thoughts, your guide will still speak, this time to your heart, and you will receive a feeling that will let you know that your guide has answered your call. You can ask your guide anything. This is literally everything we talked about in that other reading, right? About I ask him, I answer. You just have to be still, quiet your mind, quiet your body, all of that. That's like everything. Here is him answering you with ask your spirit guide. Again, the number 15, which is the devil card, the addiction card. And he's like, ask me and I will tell you. Ask me, get still and get quiet, and I will tell you my journey and I will show you in dreams. I will, um, guide you to resources. I will guide you. And so he is saying to ask him and he will answer. I love that. Yeah, you got a lot of love and support here. A lot of people. Hey, Moonlight. So I love that for you there. And he's just basically saying, ask him and he will answer. You're like, well, that's that I am asking you about you right now. And he's like, yeah, talk to me, talk to me. So he really wants you to reach out and talk to him, and he will guide you, in those all those directions. Sorry, my OCD is kicking in, and I need to move all these out of the way. But yeah, it's picking up all the pieces and putting them back in piece by piece. Don't feel like you have to do it all at once. Um, like I'm doing there's like a lot that I'm just picking up and I'm just putting the pieces back in and um, cleaning things up moment by moment, piece by piece. I feel is like his biggest thing, but he definitely had a hard time with it all, trying to overcome it in his lifetime. Um, and he didn't have the love and support that could have helped him in his lifetime, right? Um, so there's the importance of taking whatever actions you can, because and surrounding yourself with people that will support you, because the people that he were around, um, you know, got him into other drugs, got him into more stuff instead of helping him. Yeah. Well, I mean, you've got well, and that's why they say like rehab and all that. There's you have no one like close to you that you can talk to, but you've got tons of resources out there, right? Because I know you went down the street and found a cool group of people, right? They're reminding me of the people down the street that were at that place that you went to, and you had great conversations with them. So there are people, you know, it's just realizing, well, it may not be the people I want to be able to do it, but there are plenty of people to talk to and to do it, because um with everything, it's like now is the time to do it, right? All right, let's see. Let's get you a fortune cookie here too. Let's go to the chakra love here. Down the street. Yeah. They could probably tell you how you could go about everything too. Yeah. Fearlessness. Solar plexus. This is the solar plexus. The yellow chakra is your self power energy. Turn your worrier into a warrior. Amber is the card crystal that is good for that. So, but definitely it's about you stepping up and turning your worrier into a warrior and go, all right, I'm going to step forward. I'm going to be brave. I'm going to do what I need to do for me and for my dream, and what I want to do is the big energy. But ask Kurt to help you, and he will guide you. He will open up things. But I feel like he's the one that just said, there's you have all of these resources that are available around you, all these places, and then but that's when he was like, touch the memory about, that there is someone, those people down the street. And they even he played it back in my head, because you even had put, I met these really super cool people, down there. And it was like cool, right? So that's what they have there. You should be sleeping moonlight. Oh my gosh. Crazy, crazy. So, thank you again for all your donations, Supernova. Many blessings to you. So grateful. Um, no, they brought back in my head the chat and the reading time, not yours. Um, they brought back to me when you shared it in the chat, and that. So from my side, not from your brain. All right. No, we haven't gotten to yours yet, the Gemini. We will be moving down the list here. So we've got Rocky's World, and then you, the Gemini. And then I'll let everyone know where we're at, because I'll need to put all the things down here. How are we doing? It's 7:30, so we got about 30 minutes left. All right. So Rocky's World. Get your timestamp here, 33 and 40. Oh, wow, that is not correct at all. Okay. Much better. All right. So, Rocky's World, thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like. And will you have a new job soon? The one you're currently in does not align with you anymore. Hopefully, Michael J will help. All right, here he comes. All right, let's see what we got here. Let me take a quick sip here. All right. So, will you be getting a new job soon? Based on current energies. So, I want this and this. What do we got here? So, you do have the Justice card on the bottom, which this is about. They have the Ace of Swords up there and the balancing of the scales. You even got the Empress underneath, which is about mother nature, mother nurture, creativity, more following your heart. And so this is supporting what you're saying there about, where you're at doesn't currently meet your heart anymore, right? Yeah, your annoying friend. Why you it's he just played in my head. You remember say Julia Roberts, Pretty Woman, when he said, "Whatever you do, don't answer the phone." And so um he called her and she picked up the phone. And he was like, "I told you not to pick up the phone." And she's like, "Stop calling me." That's like your guys' interactions. So that's funny. Very sassy, but, very, uh, humorous, and I like that. But I definitely feel like they're supporting you here saying, "Yeah, that's you definitely need something that's more like, in your that, aligns with your heart." And so I like that. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, again, iterating movement with the Six of Swords, leaving behind old ways of thinking, moving to new ways of thinking, and the Queen of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, like the Empress underneath the card there. I mean, the Justice card. So I do feel like there is this movement of job here, but it is about letting go of the limitations, the old thinking of the kind of job that you were supposed to be in and have to be in, and like unselecting, like if you're doing some sort of job search on a website, don't click the little buttons that filter, look at everything that's out there. And I know that can be a pain in the butt. I'm not going to say that. Um, but he's like, but some people enjoy that. I have to say it. He said it. A pain in the butt. Um, But you gotta do it. So, that's hilarious. So you got the Lovers card coming in here as well, the power of emotional choice. You have the High Priestess, following your intuition. What else is here? And the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is something that's been slow moving for a while, but I feel like if you'll follow your intuition and be aware of like having a he's like have a positive mindset that with these three cards coming out together, I feel like there's something maybe you wanted to get in before and it was taking a long time and you weren't getting responses and it felt like it wasn't going anywhere. If that resonates, try that again. Follow your intuition, follow your heart, but have a positive mindset about it now because it you weren't supposed to go in that direction back then, but now is the time, and you've learned a lot, you've grown a lot. The business has changed, if that makes sense, to where it's different now, and you can get in to this place, and it's more in alignment with who you are now. You are in more alignment with who you are now, and that is more in alignment with who you are now. Back then, it wasn't in alignment with who you are now. And you weren't in alignment either, if that makes sense. Okay. So it's like both the business and you weren't aligned, and you weren't aligned then with what the business is now. And the business wasn't aligned with who you are now, but now you're a good fit, if that makes sense. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. So the wheels of fate are turning. So I like that. And then the Temperance. Yeah. So it was turning and waiting for you. So again, this is them reiterating what I was just saying, is that the wheels of fate were turning and it wasn't time for you yet, but it was turning at the exact perfect time, even though it felt like it was going slow. It was in perfect timing, to align everything. So I love that. All right, then let's pull a fortune cookie here. We'll see what else they want you to know here. But definitely, I feel like it's um, like now is a good time to pursue it, because the things are aligning. Interesting. Let's see here. Okay, and this one here. Yeah, I love it. Reassessment. You can't make it up. Listen what it says. Time to take another look at this situation. There are many possibilities. However, each possibility will lead you to the same outcome. You have nothing to lose. I like this here about it's time to take another look at that situation that was from before. It's exactly what we were talking about. So I like it. Boom, boom, boom. So that's what they have for you, Rocky's World. Now is the time. Take a look at the situation. All right. So that is that one. All right. So many blessings to you. Right. And then we have the Gemini. You are up. Okay. And after this one, I'll see where we're at. You're very welcome. Thank you. So the Gemini. So yeah, I was so excited for you. It seemed like based on the energy at the moment, things were going to be amazing for you. Hey, Nelia. Good to see you. Shout out to my YouTube channel members. So let's take a look here. How much longer time wise before you hear from the Sagittarius? All right, let's take a look here. So how much time and what else do you need to know here? I feel like we need this one and those two. All right. So based on current energies, which obviously switch and change, but we've got here, you've got the Judgment card here. The Judgment card is this higher calling, seeing things from a higher perspective, and we'll get more understanding of that through here. But they're having you see things differently. You have the Queen of Wands. Here's that fiery, passionate energy again. What else we have here? Oh, the Seven of Pentacles. The last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So there is this sudden slowness that's happened here. Let's see what this is about here. Well, we got the King of Wands. So here's the King and the Queen of Wands. Oh, and the expectations equal disappointment here. All right, let's see what we have. We have the Hierophant again. Like the Judgment card is seeing things from a higher perspective. The Page of Wands, interesting, because that's a heightened passion, a new passion, or a higher passion. So I'm going to get some clarity on here because it feels as if that they're um, it's like your spirit guides had an intervention for you, and that like things were headed in the direction of where we were talking about that night, right? But it's like there's this I just feel like there's this they're having me put this on top of the situation, which was they were sounding the alarm. Breathe, no. It's like they're blowing the whistle, and they were like, um, you asked us that, like, before you came down here, you saw the situations, and they were like, you told us that if it got to where you were gonna go this direction, if it got to right here, blow the whistle and stop this. And so they intervened because you asked them to as your soul before coming down here, because that's why there was this disappointment. And they're like, the higher selves are all here, with the Hierophant and the Judgment card, that they intervened because there was something else, and you wouldn't go in the direction you're wanting to go had things progressed that night. Yeah, okay. And then the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Cups, which is there's someone that is a perfect person that fits like a glove with this King of Cups. And this is someone who is both balanced with their mind and their heart. They can communicate. They can, I mean, it's just like you deserve to be with someone like you that gives is equal and is able to communicate and isn't, you have the conversations, that are so intertwined. You guys can talk for hours and you can share emotions, and it just feels like it's someone that's such it's not work to be with them, and there's this wonderful draw, and I feel like that's what happened here is they're like, "Man, we're kind of interfering with this other fiery person," right? This King of Wands. They're like, "Psh," because they have someone else in store for you, um, who you have agreements with, and that this isn't them going rogue and doing this, but that you asked them to do this before you came down here. So I like that for you, and I feel like they will come out of nowhere because even then, there's a lot of passion here with the Eight of Wands, with this person. So you still will have this attraction to whoever this other person is that coming your way, but no matter how much you were drawn to them, they are they're a distraction. They are a detour that would end up um, upsetting the apple cart, meaning that you guys you wouldn't end up going with the other one. So it was something that they again you had put this safety protocol. It's funny they're using all this safety protocol in place that if you're going to go this direction, they're like, zap, nope, we're not going to let that happen because something would happen where it would totally derail you, where you wouldn't have the possibility and the path to end up with that King of Cups. And the King of Cups is an agreement agreed upon relationship that you and that King of Cups agreed on before you came down here. So it is a fated one, and this is when they stepped in. So I don't feel like you're going to hear from the Sagittarius soon here because I feel like they're can't say I don't think I can say that on YouTube, but it's where someone interferes in an attraction relationship, and it's called blocking, something blocking, if you picking up what I'm putting down. So your spirit guides have done that for you because you asked them to. So that's what they have for you, the Gemini. I know. Ah, arg, arg. But just know that if you think this relationship or this person was amazing, of course, we never downgrade, they always upgrade. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yep. And so you will connect here with someone. And it says, I create strong emotional connections with the important people in my life. So they're not an important person in your life because you're not going to have an emotional connection with the Sag. So I'm sorry to be the bearer of the news, but that's what they have for you right now, the Gemini. I know. Well, it makes sense. It was all hot and ready to go, and then someone unplugged it. And you're like, "What did you do?" They're like, "You told us to. If you got to this point, and we unplugged it. Here's the note." All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. So let me see where we're at here. Let me look at timestamps real quick. Let's get everyone in order here. Let's see. Yeah, because then we have Brenda Tejada. And then thank you guys so much for all your patience and getting to the readings too. Okay, and then we have, see if I can spell. Excuse me. So Valerie Calver. And then Content, I believe. Yes. Okay. Yes. And then Michelle Smith. You have 2. We'll do times 2. Whoops. Okay. And sorry, just making sure here. All right, and then Moonlight 5. And then Sean G. I see you there. Okay. And then back to, let's see here. Yeah, and then back to Moonlight 5. Actually, I'm only going to ban for 10 more minutes, and then I'm going to spend some time with my Praying Mantis members. So, of course, I'll join those more together when I return. Let's see here. Okay, and then Maria P. for your additional. All right. So, now that I have the order here, we will try to do as many as I can here. Quality over quantity, though. That's what I do for donations. Of course, for all my readings, Spirit, it's not about just getting readings done and out of the way. It's about bringing the messages of Spirit. So I definitely appreciate all your patience in getting to the readings. I will come back on and finish out all readings after I go spend some time with my Praying Mantis members. So I will be back on and we'll finish everything out. And I will put timestamps after the streams are done so you can find your readings quickly as well. So thank you, everyone. And thanks for all the thumbs up, too. I really appreciate that. It helps spread the Zen love. So thank you. Thank you. All right. So Brenda, let's get you in here. Let's put your timestamps and we'll throw that out here. There we go. So Brenda, thank you for your donation. And so general tonight and tomorrow in love between Devin. Today we've had really nice conversations. All right. His thoughts, feelings, and actions. All right. Let's take a look here. So thoughts, his feelings. All right. And then actions. All right. Sorry, didn't mean to giggle, but you have the bottom of the deck. You have the Queen of Pentacles. So it's the Spirit, just a nice little reminder about being true to your authentic self. It's all about self-love. And, they've been nudging regarding love back to you, raising your self-love. So they're just reiterating that message, like just a reminder before we talk about Devin, that this is the love you're looking for. Because as this increases, then how your relationships with the outside world will change. But if we don't raise that, then we're just going to end up, having the same mirror. As they say, doesn't matter what mirror we look in, the reflection doesn't change until we change. And then when we change, the reflection changes in the outside world. I always thought that was really cool. All right. So Devin, his thoughts. What's going on with his thoughts? Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, his thoughts, he's not looking to rush into anything with the Knight of Pentacles, the slowest moving knight out of them all, and the Hanged Man, which is hanging upside down. Both of these are delay cards. And we know when we get delay cards in tarot in reading, especially love readings, it's all about things going slow on purpose to give us the opportunity to raise our love vibration, giving other people the opportunity to raise their love vibration. Otherwise, we keep doing what we've always done and getting the outcomes that we've always gotten before, right? So we're like, but I feel like they are in this little pause too, and they're going through growth and they're going through a transformation. So I feel like they're just kind of taking their time mentally, because this is thoughts, that they're not looking at rushing into anything. Their mind is keeping them buckled down, right? Emotionally, what's going on with their feelings? Yeah, Ace of Cups. This is the self-love card, but they are also looking for new love. Their heart is looking for new love, right? Even though their brain is going, slow down, mister. Their heart is like, yeah, 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 right? So their heart is jumping, but their mind is, it's like if you've ever walked a dog that is not trained, so hyper, and is like, because it's you're trying to walk them slow, but they're pulling against the leash so much that they're choking themselves. That's their heart and their mind. The mind is the one holding the leash on their heart. So there is very much the heart going forward, but the brain is wanting to take things slow. Let's see what actions are coming in here. We've got the King of Pentacles. So they're pretty focused on trying to find a solid foundation in the outside world. I feel like they're really focused in on finding security in the physical world, whether it's job and money and home and that. I feel like they're trying to build this life in the outside world, and they're really focused in the coin right now and focused on abundance of the outside world. So that's a big piece of their actions is in a way, especially with this Ace of Cups, they're trying to look for someone to fill a place in their life that's empty. Um, which, we talk about when we do that, we're basically trying to look for an employee to fill a position in our heart, right? In our world. And we're interviewing people, you know, dating people, we're doing background checks, we're trying to find out if they'll be a good fit instead of doing what we love and living our life and meeting people that are doing what we're loving and then a relationship grows. But when it's like when our purpose is, interacting with people to try to find someone to date and to love and to be a partner with, it's a different experience. It feels like work. And this feels like what's going on here with that is that they're trying to fill a place in their life that's empty, but no one can fill that place because what we're looking for is truly our self-love. The Ace of Cups is really what we're looking for, right? So anyway, that it's good to know that their actions are based on that, their next actions. Yeah, and there's Seven of Swords. This is the deceiver, the betrayal, lying energy. Let's see what this is about. We've got the Nine of Wands, which feels like a block. That's here. And the Eight of Wands, which is a lot of passion, a lot of physical and energetic attraction. But that Seven of Swords, when we have deceiving thoughts about ourselves in our head, deception kind of goes to the outside world. So I feel like they're gonna play a good intentions, kind of energy going forward. Like I want to intend to do these things, but there's this block that they end up not doing what they say they would um, in the long run here. So their intentions might be there, but the follow through and ability with this Nine of Wands doesn't seem to be there. So it's just kind of like a little warning there that it's not someone that's like purposely deceitful. They're reminding me of like some of my exes where even though I could see that they had the potential to do so much, they didn't have the desire or capacity to do it at the time. So that's what's coming through. I'm sorry, Brenda. I'm sorry. Let's see what your fortune cookie is here. All right. Responsibility. Become discriminate about the people you choose to help. There are too many people in your life who don't take responsibility for themselves and instead rely on you to sort it out for them. Wow. Yeah. So that's kind of the energy there with Devin there. You know, they're looking for someone to help them, but I feel like they're kind of changing it back to you. Give yourself all that energy. Give yourself all of that. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. It's all about the self-love right now, it appears. All right. All right, everybody. Let's see. It is 7:54. So let me grab some print screens here. I will be headed off here in a moment, but I shall be returning hour and a half is when I'll be coming back, and I'll finish off all the donations, of course, and then also I'm going to complete all the free readings too this evening. But thank you for your patience in getting to them all, and I will make sure to complete everyone. And when I come back for the second stream, I will put the order in which the readings will be completed in the description box of the video when I'm starting of the stream. And then when I'm done, I will also post a pinned comment listing the order, uh, well, the order in which the readings were completed, but also the timestamps next to it. So you can find your reading easily as well. So, thank you guys again for all of the donations and all of the thumbs up. I really appreciate all the support. I couldn't be doing any of this without you guys. I'd just be sitting here giving myself readings, and that would be boring. So thank you for all the love. And like I said, I will come back and I will give each reading due diligence. And of course, for the donations, we'll dive extra into those as well. And when I'm done here, I will post a comment and pin it. Sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once. Okay. I will post a comment with what I completed in this one with timestamps. And then again, like I said, when I return, I'll do that as well. All right. You'll see me at Mantis. No, I did not get to yours yet midnight, so I'll see you here in a moment, and we'll do yours in there, because I still have your ones. I didn't get to any free readings in this one, so we'll head it over there. Yes, sleep well, Moonlight. So that you were oh, you were next, Valerie. Oh no, were you, Valerie? Yeah, you were up next, but I want to make sure we don't just rush and give you a quick answer. I want to give you due diligence, but I will return. And thank you for your patience, everybody. I really appreciate that. And of course, in the meantime, if you're wanting to um, check out any free of the other videos that I put out, there's a playlist down in the description box of all my playlists. I've got new moon and full moon and Taurus season. I've got equinox readings. I've got quests and all sorts of other free things. If you guys want to have any messages from spirit while you're waiting, you can check those out as well. Those are all free, and all the my many playlists are down in the description box. Thank you, Lucky. Thank you guys so much. I love you much. And remember, as we're going through our adventure, that you know, every moment of every day of our lives, we truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you guys again, many blessings. Hang in there, and I'll see you soon.